Konnichiwa and konbanwa. Konnichiwa, hello, and konbanwa, good evening. All right, let's get into it. Let's do some karate tonight. If you're joining me, if you're not joining me, then well, never mind. You can catch up. The thing with doing things live is you can be in the moment. So I'll just say before we start, you can be in the moment, and you can get feedback there and then. You can ask questions there and then and get answers there and then. The one thing that video training doesn't do is it does not and should not replace actual being in a dojo. Okay, so don't think that because you've done X amount of classes that your ability is. I mean, your ability will improve, but you know actually being in a dojo is what counts. So you've got to make sure that you have some kind of interaction with your instructor, with someone who's teaching you. It's absolutely no good just doing video training. So the sooner we can get back into a dojo, the better it is. So you've got all your Zoom classes, you've got all the people that are doing these big classes on TV and things, and don't let that replace dojo training, please, ever. All right, so I'll do any waves in the break that I might have, and I'll answer any questions as we go. But for now, just stepping your right leg back into Hanzen Kotsudachi. Okay, all I would like you to do, I'm just going to adjust this slightly, just so we can get a bit more room in. All I'm going to do is from this position, is just step, and then turn, and then come back to square one. So you're going to come backwards first, and then you're going to turn. Then you're going to go back foot, front foot. Now maintain the guard position. Good evening. Good evening, my one watcher. So all I want to do is just make here and then out. Now try and keep your guard in position even when you reset. Don't drop your guard at any time. So shuffle. Each. Reset. Knee. San. We'll make the reset part of the actual footwork itself. Shi, go, rik, sich, ach, go, ju, ich. Okay, and then from this position, what I want you to do now is you're going to simply just raise this hand up. So you're going to go from where you are, just raise the hand up. So we'll put it together with footwork in a second, but for now, just from here, ich. And then back. So you're just going to up and then down. Ni, san. Now from this position, what I want you to do is, I want you to come around into Gidambarai. So you're going to go ich, ni. You can be open, you can close, doesn't matter. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. Now do the whole thing. Now when you're doing this, try not to drop the hand, but if anything, push the shoulder across the body and around. So you're going to go up and then around your body. A bit like when you're doing kata seon chin, same thing. So it's just up and then all the way around. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Now we're going to combine that with our footwork. So the first step is ich, ni. Ich, ni. Even though you're stepping off on that 90 degrees, still make sure that you don't get, so we're going to go ich. Don't turn and just drop the hand. Make sure it still comes around. Use the circle motion of the shoulder. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. So we're combining the hands and the feet together. Okay, put the whole thing together now. 2 techniques, 1 count. Ich. And then back. Now what you can do when you're stepping away is throw your hip into that block, okay? Not all of it though, so don't finish square. Don't finish one square to the front. Still maintain a little bit of a 45 degree. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Now, next technique is going to be Yakuzuki reverse punch. So from where you are, ich, ni, ich, ni. Yeah, 2 lives. You lucky people, aren't you? Ich, ni, ich. So from here we're going to engage and back. Okay, all 3, 1 count. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich. Now try and make it flow a little bit more. Ich, ni, san. If you want to get a little bit more intense with that, block, step and strike. Sich, ach, go, ju. Okay, change legs. On the left side, so we're going to be doing similar sort of thing, but we're just going to go straight back. So instead of changing direction, 1, 2. Okay? Hands still work with the feet. 1, 2, 3. Start again. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. We're just going to take this one a little bit easier tonight because it might be footwork you've not done before. Coordination, all that, so we'll just take it a little bit easier. Ich, ni, san, shi. One more, go. Okay, just give your legs a shake off. What you're basically doing is, first one for example, if you can imagine somebody's coming through with a punch, whether it's hook or whether it's straight, we're just blocking here. So we're just going from where we are, up. Block the hook, but even if it's a straight punch coming straight through, we can deflect. Sorry, redirect. So straight punch coming through here, all we're doing is going up, redirecting. And then obviously the second one, kick follows, blocking the kick. Or it could be from this position, we're going right, stomach. Alright, so what's happening is, someone's coming in, kind of going to go here. 1, there's your upward motion, sends the hand this way. 2, there's your downward motion, sends the hand this way, leaving you open. So the punches come in, we stepped away from it. Second punches come in, or kick, we blocked it, close them off, that's when we finish. Then the same thing on the opposite side. Hook punch, straight punch comes in, we avoid. Second punch comes in, we redirect, and then we counter attack. So that's basically what you're doing there. It's just some really, really simple kumite footwork. Okay, right leg back again. From this position now, you're just going to simply stay still. No, don't move your feet whatsoever, just stay still. We're going to get the body working, going to get the body moving. So from here, we're going to do outside, soto, gidan. You can use all open hands if you want. Leave this hand still though. Leave it on the hip. Leave it at the gut. So I'm going to go ich, ni, san. Reset. Ich, ni, san. Now notice that when we go ich, we're coming out that a little bit wider. A bit like you would if you were doing kata kankudai. And the second one, ich, so it's nice and high. This one here, down slightly for your chest level strike, follow through with the kick. Ich, ni, san. So it's kind of a jodan, soto, gidan. If you want to formalize it. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Now do all three. What you'll find is that ni-san is one movement. So while you are, again, forgive me if I'm looking to the left, it's just that that's where the screen is, the big screen that I'm checking. I'm always ABC and always be checking. I'm always checking what I'm doing and what I'm teaching is how I'm performing it. Okay, so from this position, you're going to come up and then around. With that around, it's still 2 blocks. So don't treat it as though 1 and then just drop. I want you to make sure that 1, 2. Still 2 blocks. Ich. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. You may also find that when you're doing this, that you want your body to go 1, 2, 3. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So you don't have to remain completely static in your technique. Let your body move with it as well. There's no point in just going, because you're not learning anything, you're not actually doing anything. So you have to make sure the body's moving as well. So it can go 1, 2, 3. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Wound up. Shi. Okay, 3 blocks, 1 punch, 1 count. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. One thing to watch out for is your guard position when retracting or retreating. It's called zanshin. So you might notice at the end of that, I kind of went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just as a precautionary measure, this is there. So it's just precautionary. Okay, from this position now, all I want to do is engage the hip and won't engage it just yet. Jodan, chudan, back. Ich, ni, san, shi, With the first strike, don't... Kata teaches you that whenever you're punching off the forward leg, you need to be here. But don't do that when it's this kind of combination. Even in kata, you can still punch with a bit of an angle. So the only hip you want to be using on that first strike is this, one. It's almost like wind up punch. When you're a beginner, you kind of go wind up. Use that wind up now to take you into your first punch. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, ku, ju. Okay, next one. Sticking with this side. So I've got my right leg forwards. I don't know where you're at. It's not quantity, it's quality. So whenever you train, it doesn't matter how many you do, as long as you do them right. I've always taught that I'd rather you do 5 correct than try and keep up with everybody else and do 10 wrong. So rather than do 10 really, really fast and blow yourselves out of the water, let's just get some correct. So let's go quality over quantity. Okay, this time. Jodan, Shudan, kick. Now the kick, more of a sweep, but you're going to be kicking from this really, really awkward position. You need to rock back and just throw the leg. Throw the leg out. Punch, throw the leg out. Don't wind up the kick. When I say don't wind up the kick, what I mean is don't wind it up. Just from that position, just throw the leg. So we're going to go ich ni, and then we'll add san in a second. So from there, ich, ni, from here, san. Ich, ni, so we're going to step on ni, san. Can't do it from here. Rock back first, like you would if you're doing kata MP. Leg out. Aim towards the knee level. Sorry, between ankle and knee is where you want to be kicking. And we're going to kick with the instep of the foot. I think that top is your instep, I'm not sure. Okay. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Okay, all together now. So we're going to be rocking forwards to then come backwards. Punch, kick. Punch, kick. Slow to medium pace. Keep up with me. I'm only going to go slow anyway. Ich, 1, 2, 3. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. Okay, relax. Relax. Yasame. When done properly, if you've got the opportunity, Steve will know this, you put a kick shield on the inside of somebody's thigh, sorry, on the inside of the knee, and allow them just to start here and try and generate power from this position into that kick. You'll send your partner off balance considerably. So the way to do it is to get a kick shield, put it on the inside of your leg, So when the kick comes, it connects here. And then get your partner to start. They can start from this position. They can put in the one hit towards the chest. And then from there, throw into that. Now, the trick is, there is a trick. The trick is to be coming back and also staying low in the stance. So when you're doing this, don't come upright. When you're doing this, stay deep. Stay down in the stance. You're already in a deep stance. Keep that height. Throw in there. Okay. Okay. Right leg back, or whichever leg back you want. We're going to swap sides now. Swap sides. Something a little bit different. A little bit different. We're going to just. We've been doing some retreating today. We're going to do some attacking as well. So the footwork you're going to use to attack is going to be 1, 2, reset. We're going to go forwards. When we go forward, it's going to be back foot, front foot. When we go backwards, front foot, back foot. Why front foot? If you can tell me why front foot on the retreat, you can have a gold star. If I don't get an answer in the next couple of minutes, I'll give you the answer. So from this position, back foot, Oizuki. Front foot, Yakuzuki. Retreat. Back foot, front foot, retreat. Oh. Back foot and front hand. Move together. Don't do this. As that foot's moving, you want to be punching. Doesn't need power, it's just a dummy punch. Just so that your opponent does this. Then your second one's the killer. And then when you go into that second one, don't step and punch. Sorry, I still don't have my breath then. Don't step and punch. 1, all together. 2. So as that punch lands, foot lands as well. All right, I'm going to give you the why retreat front foot first. If you can see the level of where my head is now on this line. Okay, see that? This part of the curtain here. I'll line myself up with it. If we do our back foot first retreat and kind of go 1, 2, the first movement we have is forwards. As we drop back, look at that gap now from this crease to my face. Not very big. If we go front foot first, now look at the crease from here to my face. So we gain distance. We can gain our ground that way. You can from this position back foot across. You can from this position back foot out and drag in. But that might be a whole nother class. This is just really, really simple stuff before we get into kata seon chin. Okay, so I was rattling back, wasn't I? Okay, so from here, 1, 2, back, 1, 2. Both techniques together, run through it nice and slowly, nice to just make it flow, make it just flow through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what you can do is, if you punch in head level, protect. Now for your second punch, from here, you can protect head. So the most basic rule from a dojo kumite perspective, I'm not really into tournament kumite. I like it where you can get a little bit entangled and you can put a bit of contact in there. Basic rules: when you're striking high, protect low. When you're striking low, protect high. Really, really basic rule. Okay, so from that position again, ich, ni, san, shi. Go, because this is only a dummy, doesn't need power. So it's almost like pushing through. Get in front of somebody if you can, have them stand there, and all I want you to do is just throw that at the face. Don't hit, so kind of just stop it. See what happens to their eyes. See what happens to the whole body. What should happen is, as soon as that hand comes out, you get this. Your body has two instincts. It's got a lot of instincts, but fight or flight, you may have heard of those. So when something's coming towards your face, you've got two options. Your body will naturally do what it wants to do. If it's fight, something comes towards your face, you'll be in. If you are a natural fighter. If it's flight, as in there's fear there, your body will naturally flinch backwards slightly. I'm not saying cower away, but it will naturally want to go into a fetal position. It's just a bodily instinct. So this first hand is kind of a blocking out finish. You can even do that if you want. 1, 2, and then come back. Now what you might also find is that because you're putting some effort into that second strike, that your body's kind of still going forwards. Look, that's perfectly fine. You've already got the technique in anyway. It's that old Ikeni Satsu thing, you know, finish it in one. We're going for the ribs and the sternum, so don't aim for the stomach. You can go too high if you want, you can go throat. So we can go from here, 1, 2. Aim for the throat area. Okay, but if you find yourself, like I say, off balance on that second one, that's perfectly fine, because that can be changed into something else as well. If you can imagine, you both got your left legs forward. So we've got left leg forwards here, right leg's over there somewhere. As we go forwards, block off, punch in. We can take this and we can aim it across the body. And then we can step through, behind their left leg, take down. So you can turn it into something else as well. So I'm going to leave that up to you. If you're going to do the takedown, 1, aim across the body. What that will do is, we're going to have 1 towards the head, aiming across the body. We're going to want to block it this way still. So we might find ourselves doing something like this. Stepping behind, right arms across the chest, taking down. Okay. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. You all see that kind of movement in kata. Kata. Anan. They kind of a move where they go from here. 1, 2. I don't know which side it's, I don't know kata anan. I think it's this side. 1, 2. Look at my hand, look at my hand, look at my hand, then punch. That's what we're doing. So if you want to start off that way, 1, 2, 3. If that makes nonsense to you. Nonsensical sense. Okay. You ready to go? Say hey. If you're not still in your living room saying hey, then I feel a bit like a fool. Notice the retreat. guard up. Ni, san, shi, go. Now, if we both do have right leg back, which you will find will happen, your partner will generally mirror you. Generally. So if you go right leg, they'll go right leg. If you go left leg, they'll go left leg. They'll try and mirror it. If that happens, this also works. So right leg back and left hand high, we're here now. Okay? So that left hand's high. 1, 2. I like to come over the top and down. So what I like to do is from this position, I don't want to tell you my secret, should I? What's from this position is nudge the guard. First thing they do is pull it away. Okay? Which leaves this wide open. Because they think you think you're going to grab them. When we're going to get grabbed, tendency is to pull away. So we're going to go 1, 1 here. And because they've got the guard this way, I'll come down over the top. In. Punching down into the sternum. So where the shelf hits the chest, that's what we're going to be aiming for. Okay? Punching down. Also affected towards the chest, collarbone, arm if you've got it. So yeah. So I'll just from this position, it should go something like this. In. Alright, that's our warm-up done. Let's get into some kata. Let's carry on from where we were last weekend. Any questions so far? I tend to think that let me get clear this screen. I tend to think that people don't ask questions because either one, I'm an amazing teacher, or two, I'm not giving you time to ask questions. But if you don't have 3, nobody's watching. So look, if you've got a question, feel free to ask. If you want to ask the question at a later date, feel free to send me a private message if you're fearful of asking now. This will be on YouTube, labelled Tier 3 Part 1. Okay, so Tier 3 Part 1. Because that's what we're effectively in right now. And you'll know how well we're doing because it'll go Tier 2, Tier 1, freedom! I won't be doing this, I'll be back in class. Alright, so just sort of have that in mind, alright? Tier 3 Part 1. Okay, kata stern chin. Now we did this last week, we started off with this. I have to assume that you've been practicing that. Sorry, I need to roll up my sleeves. Basic etiquette for sleeves. 3/4, don't show your elbows. Don't show your knees. So in a Japanese dojo, they don't like you showing the elbows. And they don't like the knees being shown either, from what I can gather. Again, that rule may have changed. I wasn't in Japan, I was in Japan 2008. So that rule may have changed, but right now I do need to roll my sleeves up. Okay, so from this position, so we'll go 3/4, that's perfectly fine to do. Okay? So we've done all this. Again, I'm going to assume that you have been practicing. If you haven't, why not? Okay, so right leg forwards, shikodachi. And you're going to have right arm back on the hip, left arm across the stomach. Now let the arm go in relation to the hip, not forwards. Some styles the arm goes forwards. Tadashi, I want the arm to go across the stomach. it makes more sense, okay? Because what you've done is you just blocked away here, turned somebody off, and then you're striking straight forwards. That strike would actually be towards this direction because that's where your opponent is, okay? So if you can imagine my opponent's there, they've punched, I've blocked, I'm on my 45-degree angle like the Carter says, but my opponent's now here. This is their body frame. Why would I go forwards? I'm going to go in. I'm going to use the angle and strike inwards. Carter doesn't do that, but that's where you go next. 1, 2. And you would use this back foot to drive yourself forwards. So we're now here. We're going to come back into Haiko Sanchin. Parallel, Sanchin length. Drop down onto the palm of the hand. So Haiko Sanchin, Haiko half, Sanchin, hourglass stance, pigeon toe stance. Sorry, Haiko parallel. Haiko's parallel, so the feet are actually pointing straight forward. There isn't one turned in like you do for Sanchin. Sanchin length, but parallel stance. Haiko, parallel. Hands is half. Okay, so we come back here. So we're going from this position, back. Now we're going to throw this right leg back. And that's going to be the reason for the left foot. But we're going to use the left foot to help us in our attempt. Okay? So we come back. Here. Some styles you'll find the leg goes up behind. Again, I took that away because I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. You're then going to do a double shuffle. Now this is a hard part. You've got to time it right. Long step. So we've gone about 2 shoulder widths long forwards. We've rolled the hands in. The hands are just going to simply roll around. So we're going to go from where we are, roll around. That roll around is on the back foot. So I'll leave that for you to time. So from here, just here on the hand, not too far forwards, not here, just behind the thumb knuckle, fingers upwards. You're then going to step back to your Haiko Sanchin, MP strike. So that's what the Hikate is for. You know who I'm talking to. Reverse MP strike. Slight angle with the hips. Don't go fully 45. If you want to do anything, go 22.5 degrees. But we're here now. This hand stayed still. From there to there. Hijiate. So just reinforce the hijiate. As the right foot steps in, hands drop. Now your hips are already square. This grinds my Dao Jiling. When people go 1, 2, 1, hips haven't gone anywhere apart from forwards. 2, hips engage with the back foot moving into Sanchin. So again, this might be stuff you already know, but it might also be stuff you don't know. I'm kind of hoping it's stuff you already know, but we're just recovering and improving. Here, here, here. Now through. Itch, palm down, elbow down. Reinforced Uchiyuke. Sanchin dachi, right leg forwards. Hands can be here, Doesn't matter to me. My natural tendency is to go palm pushing on the Tetsui part. From this position, straight forwards with the left leg. Shikodachi, not a very good shikodachi because of room. Shikodachi dropping the left arm. So I'll do it so you can see in the camera. I'm going to go from this position, drop. Don't let the feet stop in between. So you're in your Sanchin, No, 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 no. Don't do this either. And don't do this. If anything, you want to be leaving this to last. Look at where this is pointing now. Still pointing that direction. Twisting at the end. See far too many black belts. See them all over YouTube, all over Facebook, all over. They run their own clubs and things, but they don't have the basic transition. All right, they can't move properly. Now the hands are literally going to go from here to here. Don't prepare, even though you might want to prepare. Just as you're ready to engage that back foot, like I've just shown you, drop. Pull the elbows back, let the hands split. Now we're going to go back on ourselves. We're going to use our right foot to allow this front foot to come back. This direction. Full Gidambarai block. So from here, just like we did in the beginning, across. Full Gidambarai block. First one's Tetsui. Hammer fist here. Second one's Gidambarai here. So, Tetsui, little finger towards your partner. Gidambarai, knuckles towards them. Now we're going to go to the left side. Probably going to finish with this section. So we can carry on tomorrow. We're going to carry on. We'll carry on with this section. So from here, remember the hips already facing this direction. Again, one thing that really winds me up is when people go from this position to this position. No need. So then this position again. So you've gone from 45 degrees to square back to where they actually started. Just use the arm. The reason they do this, again, is because they've got no idea of how the body movement's supposed to work. So when you're moving into this, 1, 2, there's going to be a little bit of hip there. And then all you do is repeat what you've just done. So it's the left side now. Remember the attitude of the foot? Spoke about attitude a few weeks ago. Attitude's not changed. Drop in. Yes, the heel has come off the floor and it will do. It's perfectly fine right now. So we come in. We throw the hip. Throw the hip into that technique. And then we, again, from here, left leg, fire the heel. It will help you move. So come in and round for the block. Fast moves. One of the biggest things with that, well, two things actually, is remember what I said about the hips? Not overusing them. And, alright, 3 things. These are 3 things that I watch out for, that I look out for in a karate student. Whether you are 10th dan or whether you are white belt. Alright? But these are a couple of things that I look out for, which shows knowledge and ability. For kata, not for karate, but for kata. First of all, like I said, the hips. Off to go back on. It's a pointless exercise, you're wasting energy and you are over accentuating certain things that don't need to be over accentuated. There's no need for that. Second thing, the preparation of the uchi-uke. I've seen too many people come from where they are here to here. Now we all know that's wrong. However, in Japan, they don't put the twist in until black belt apparently. So you come from here, palm down, and then you come around for the true uchi-uke. So you've got to follow that path of the uchi-uke. It's got to be palm down because that's what it does. 1, palm down. 2, twist at the end, elbows down. That's number 2. And number three is not splitting, not preparing. So when you're here, don't prepare. Just split the hands. All right, you can practice this. So you can just literally stand here. The hand that's open is going to strike. And you can just switch. You can just switch. And then switch again. Okay? So you can practice that. Do that until you stop preparing. If you find yourself doing this, doesn't count. Do 10 each side, but if you find yourself going to the shoulder, it doesn't count. If you find yourself doing this, doesn't count. It has to be this. Down the middle and out. Forming what? What pattern does that form? Forms like a triangle, or it could form like a wave. Remember, the calm before the storm. So here is the calm. And then lightning strikes. Okay? Forgive the sound effects. Alright, so watch out for those things. Don't overuse your hips in kata. So don't add extra hip movement in. If I want to move forwards, there's no point in me going 1, 2. I might as well just go from where we are, forwards. If my hips are facing 45, and I want to go that direction, there's no point in me going 1, 2. I might as well just move in that direction. It'll be more powerful. No need to wind up. That's a wind up. Oh yeah, be aware of stance transitions as well. You've got to think, because it's the calm before the storm, when the storm hits, you've got to be a bit like water. You can't be, so this here, this path, you just waves hitting. But you can't, you've got to go from nothing into something, okay? We could probably do a full session on just how to move in stance. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll just move in stance, and I'll go through every single stance, and I'll show you different ways to. I'll show you the basic ways to move in stance tomorrow. Okay, so it'll be a fairly easy class, but the next section of this is going to be stance transition, and then we'll finish from where we'll start from where we finished tonight with Seon Chin. Okay, so we'll do some stance transition tomorrow. We might only get 2 in, 2 up, 2 down kind of thing, but that's okay. And we'll go through the basic stances, and if we've got time, we'll go through some advanced stances. When I say advanced stance, I mean Neko Dachi, Sanchin Dachi, Kokutsu Dachi, etc. But I think I've covered some of those anyway in the past. So yeah, that's it. Once I get back into a dojo, we can do some more videos. Our next plan is to have Kata Sansoru Bunkai done. And just note that the videos that are on Tadashiru Karate Do YouTube, they are only the basic bunkai. I save the more aggressive stuff for people that actually turn up to a dojo. So yeah, again, you learn something from here, but it shouldn't replace. All right? So I'm going to leave that with you. This video will be uploaded tomorrow night after I do the next session. So tomorrow's session is going to be stances, and I'll show you transitions in stances. We'll probably go through a couple of transitions in kata, and I'll show you how to move in those kata. So if you've got any suggestions, please let me know on stances or on kata transitions, sections of kata. How do you move in? You know, you can comment. How do you move in this part of the kata? Describe it to me, I'll get it eventually. Or you can do me a little video, stick it into the inbox, and I'll watch it and I'll be like, right, okay, how do I move in this part of the kata? Just show me. You know, you can just, for example, all right, look, how do I move in this part of the kata in MP? Do you know what I mean? In fact, it's this. How do the feet move in that part? So I didn't even move the feet, but I'll get it. I will get it. How do the feet move in Sansoru when you do this? And then we move to the next one, then you do this. So do you know what I mean? So you can do any part of the kata. Short video if you want me to comment on that, and I'll make it part of tomorrow's class. All right, I'll say sayonara. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us some comments, give us a like. Go onto the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, please, and like the videos or dislike the videos. Comment on the videos. I'm not bothered which one. Just do something, please. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see whoever it is tomorrow night. Night night.